Namaste, angels. I'm going to do another client reading for, this is one that's from one of my repeat clients for, pretty much all my services. I've done different types of readings for her, energy healing for her, and her divine masculine as well. So we're going to get right to it for them. I did the first half of her reading on another day. We did a 12-month forecast, and now this is like the second half. She bought an hour-long reading. Beginning with answered prayer. And this has a lot of air and water energy. If I remember correctly, she's an Aquarius, I think, and the masculine's a Taurus. Or vice versa. Yeah, no, yeah. She's an Aquarius and he's a Taurus. Pretty sure. And speaking of Aquarius, this card has a lot of Aquarius energy for me, not just air in general, but specifically the Aquarius, because we have this star here, which represents the sign of Aquarius in the tarot. The star does, Major Arcana card 17. But it's also like right here over her throat chakra, which is communication. And, of course, the sign of Aquarius is connected to communication and to answered prayer, to dreams coming true, wishes being granted. And it's tied to water, water energy. I was just watching something before about the butterfly, the monarch butterfly. As you can see, I love butterflies. I have one tatted on me too. The monarch butterfly on the verge of irreversible extinction, it says. So I was very upset. But the monarch butterfly, or the butterfly in general, represents the sign of Scorpio for me in many ways because of the metamorphosis through which it goes. It starts out as a worm, a caterpillar, right? And emerges as a totally different animal, as a butterfly. So death, rebirth, and Aquarius is tied to water. Also, it's the sign of Aquarius is the water bearer, So it makes a lot of sense. And I open right up to Mystic, which is a very high priestess-like card. But as you can see, another one that is very much about air and water with all the white and blue. And then particularly the sign of Aquarius as it relates to the air. So this is all her energy coming through. I think she's got some Gemini too, like me, if I remember correctly. We haven't talked. It's been a long time. I don't even know how I remember the sign, actually. Because sometimes it's so weird. The other day, miracles, which is hand in hand with answered prayer, right? You have that's the faith to which the prayer is attached. And opening to love. The other day I did a 12-month forecast for one of my other, long-time subscribers, viewers, loyal supporters. She's actually one of my Patreon subscribers too. And I couldn't remember her birthday to save my life. Like I said, I've read for her before. She's my Patreon subscriber. She's like one of my original viewers. Couldn't remember her birthday to save my life. But in the space, the placement for the month of April, the card gifts came up with this present on it. And I said, oh, her birthday must be in April. It was. That came through the reading because I wouldn't have remembered. I couldn't remember if my life depended on it in that moment. I just couldn't. Anyway, answer prayer. Wow, all this air and water. The masculine must have heavy water in his chart. Because like I said, I think unless I'm wrong about the Taurus, maybe. No, I can't. I'm not. I don't know what that's about. I don't know what it's about. But here's our third card in a row with this air and water. And this card also has a lot of Sagittarius energy for me, which takes me back to Aquarius. Wait a minute. I'll make that make sense. All right. So the card feels like, if you're familiar with the tarot, it feels like temperance, right? In the tarot, temperance. And temperance represents the sign of Sagittarius. But in most tarot decks, like many, many tarot decks, all different ones, but different authors and stuff, different illustrators. But you look at the temperance card, it is, there's a water bearer on it. It's like an angel standing in a pool of water, like almost every single time, holding a vessel of water that's like spilling out. It's crazy. So that's why it represents Sagittarius in the tarot. And here it's air and water, which has nothing to do with Sagittarius. But yeah, it always looks like it should represent Aquarius to me, and this one of course certainly does. But it's a temperance like card, that healing, that need for compromise, balance, coming together, equity, right? Justice. Answer prayer and reflection. That one's pretty straightforward. You know, there's a need to take a look around at your life so that you can plan. That's what the High Priestess does, like that Mystic card. High Priestess is observing so that she can, you know, plan her next steps, if any. Maybe she won't move at all. And coming to Earth connection. Here comes the Taurus. All right, so this card is about the need to connect with Mother Earth in order to, you know, continue flow or bring about flow, abundance in all areas, love, money, finance. I mean, love, money, material, I meant to say. I said money, finance, that's the same thing. Overall energy is transience, which is one of a need to continue healing head to toe, inside and out, and to surrender, you know, to allow for the continued healing as well. Divine Feminine, the masculine as it relates to the feminine, himself, union as a whole, overall, what the masculine would have the feminine do, contribute, surrender toward the union, what he himself is willing to, what the universe would have the two do, but they will have to affirm to it, commit, and the outcome. Divine Feminine, love. Easy enough. Love yourself, masculine, others around you, strangers, spreading love. Just being a positive person. Keeping your energy, your vibration high, positive, optimistic. That's what love is about. And I love that card for you. The masculine as it relates to the feminine, celebration. Good things happening, new year, same you, but growing, right? Always better and striving to be better. Growth. Forward movement, advancement, not looking backwards. Spending more time being social, enjoying life, peace, love. So these two very, you know, in tune as far as I'm concerned. The masculine as it relates to himself is physical body. Fire energy coming through from somewhere. But this is a time of really paying attention to the physical body with, I mean, so many reasons for it. Age of Aquarius. Now, Aquarius's ruler, Uranus, is currently located in Taurus, will be for 8 years. It really pushes us to focus on these things of the earthly, including our health, you know, our physicality. Again, inside, out, all around. There's also a need to watch our vitamin levels. And, you know, this is something that I've known for a long time and that I even went to school for, you know, and remember from school. But, you know, in my own life had even like forgotten, you know, or was overlooking. And it's really important to keep those vitamin levels where they belong. If you can do it by, you know, by the food you eat, I am of the feeling that that's best, but some people prefer to take supplements, and I would say, you know, that's better than nothing at all. Yeah. So that's something the masculine needs to focus on. Or it could go somewhere we can get some sun, you know, maybe a nice vacation, maybe to celebrate something. Maybe your birthday, right? Your Aquarius. If you can get somewhere to take in some sun, that'd be nice too, I'm sure, for you. Masculine as it relates to the union as a whole, eternal flame. Where's all this fire coming from? So much. Oh, there was something fiery in Taurus. Was it Chiron? It might have been Chiron that was in Taurus last week. It doesn't matter. Fire's good. It's about passion and confidence and warmth. So that loving feeling. Overall, oh no, with all this sorrow. Well, when this shows up, there's always a need to forgive, a need to show love, a need to seek forgiveness, to release guilt, let go of old past pain, hurt, negative emotions, negative cords of attachment, detaching from things that are holding us back, pessimism. What the masculine would have the feminine specifically do toward the union is divine guidance. So like seeking that higher influence and then actually following through with it. That's what we would like to see her do. Will continue to do more of. The moon is really, about the surrender part, about the letting go. That we maybe have a tendency to try to control some of it, and direct it. Okay, I'm gonna, and maybe that's the air sign. I mean, we're not necessarily controlling people, air signs, but lacking the emotion maybe and the power and the passion. Maybe it's we're like too sterile about things, and there is a need to be a little bit emotional when it comes to stuff like this and surrender and letting go. It's not just like black and white necessarily, which would be like how an air sign sees things. It's a little bit more fluid than that, or we have to at least be more fluid. And this reminds us that the support is infinite, right? It never runs out. And of course, the 8, when it's upright like this, it's more like an 8, and that is attached to karma and to reward for, doing good works. Masculine himself, what he's willing to do, emergence. This is like we fall down and we get back up, Emergence signifies he's coming up from somewhere. And when he's surrounded by all this light and stuff, this yellow, this white and everything, where there's light, there's dark. So we have to figure also that from where he emerged is where the darkness was. So this is like that metamorphosis, maybe akin to a butterfly entering this cocoon, its dark place. And it emerges into the sunshine and the sunlight and into nature, a totally different species. What the universe would have the 2 of you do, but you have to affirm and like commit to it, and you'll get that full support, is inner child. So maybe this is inner child needs some tending to. This would be your inner child. And as it relates to you having children, on both sides, this physical body, again, these vitamins are going to be very important. Now, you probably know, because you listen to me regularly, that I'm a plant-based eater. I never identified as vegan, because I think that has other connotations, like people that, when veganism was started, the guy that coined the term, he took the V from the front of vegetarian and the N from the end of vegetarian, saying that veganism for him at that time, and what he was naming, what he was coining, was going to be a vegetarian that also did not eat dairy and that did not eat meat. As in, some vegetarians eat meat, like pescatarians, or the ones that eat chicken only. I forgot what that kind is called. So this was going to be a vegetarian that additionally, did not eat any meat or dairy at all, because vegetarians eat cheese, they eat eggs, right? And then it's turned into where people that don't use any animal products at all, like even in their clothing, their furniture, they just don't use any animal products. So that's for one reason why I couldn't go buy it because I mean, I still own my fur. I still own a lot of leather bags and stuff like that, shoes. But in addition to that, they also hold, I have to say, lower animals only in such a regard, and maybe themselves, so higher than they do black people. So I, of course, as a black woman, I didn't feel comfortable being a part of anything like that. So I don't identify as vegan. That's just one of the reasons. I just feel like there's an agenda behind it to just eradicate black culture in general. It's not like my mother, of course, is black. Both my parents are black, but my mother has, you know, both African and Native American heritage. So both of those cultures, you know, they don themselves in feathers and leather and shells and, you know, just all kinds of stuff. And so to be a vegan would mean I couldn't do any of that, and I couldn't respect any of that. I couldn't support any of that. So that means I have to like give up my heritage. You know, black people, Africans have been treating disease with honey for centuries. There's honey in the hieroglyphs because bees are associated with seraphim too. You know, so you want me to stop my connection, want me to cut off my connection to bees, you know, to be a vegan? So I can't. But in any case, plant-based eater. That requires me to supplement my diet because there are vital nutrients that plants pretty much, you know, like virtually don't make. They just don't make. Like DHA and B12. They make some B vitamins, a lot of B, you know, but B12 specifically, D3 specifically. And if you want to have children, was from where all that came. I went off on a whole tangent, but it was all coming from, I felt the need to talk to you about having children. If that is in the plan, a plan, even if it's not tomorrow, if it's down the line, you need that, you need the animal fat, really, base it down. You need, you know, peptide bonds. You need, you know, yeah. You need peptides. You need those DNA builders. You know, B12 is a DNA builder. You need folic acid. So definitely watch that. Yeah, because there's a reason why I was moved to go into all of that, and I hadn't planned to. Just the whole thing. just to tell you the whole story. And the outcome is transmutation. So it is about you continuing to rise and to emerge, the two of you, to, you know, be elevated. And it's more this fire energy. You guys are really surrounded by it. Well, you know what? On another, on a related note to the fire, that's in general for all of us, Venus is currently located in Sagittarius, and Mars. So Venus is like the feminine planet of love. It's the planet of love, period. But then, you know, to break it down to, I guess, another sublevel, it's like the feminine planet of love because Mars is the masculine planet of love. Mars currently located in Aries. So they are, both of these love planets are both in fire signs. So that could be why this is coming up like this for you guys too. So I'm going to go on to hashtag creepy deck and begin with karma and opening to dating queen. So here's more fire already, and this energy of like a 3 of fire. Could have something to do with some sort of party of 3, you know, not necessarily a love triangle, like, you know, something involving 3 or more people possibly. And opening to dark male, who is my representation of the divine masculine in this deck. Opposite karma, he could have some sort of karmic issue, a lesson that he's dealing with and likely completing. You see this door is opening, like we're going to go through the door. This door or chapter is going to close behind us and we're going to start something new. You see the light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak. Dark male, young male, So that could also apply to the masculine, I feel. And opening to Beauty Queen in more of this red. So this could be, again, Venus and Sagittarius, reflective of that. She is the planet also and goddess of beauty, in addition to abundance and love. Beauty Queen. And communication. Air signs connected to communication as well. And I'll end on this another energy of 3, party of 3, happy note, family. And this one is the representation of the karmic female in this deck. Not necessarily representing an actual female, but very well could be. If not, it can just be like a feminine energy. Like, for example, the moon is a feminine energy. Venus is a feminine energy. You know, it can be something like that that causes an event and a situation and a feeling in your life. You know, the same way every day you gotta in astrology, you gotta, you know, your zodiac to read, because the planets, the bodies, the celestial bodies affect us one way or another. That's all this represents. But it can be an actual person too. And then further to that, maybe specifically a female. And speaking potentially of Mars, this is the Ice King. This Ice King is representative of earth signs. Earth signs. No. Air signs. Well, maybe one earth sign, maybe Virgo because of Mercury, or maybe Taurus. Maybe Taurus because of Venus. You know, she's air too. She's the ruler of Taurus. In any case, the air signs is what I meant. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, and of course fellow fire sign Leo, Scorpio, Aries, both ruled by Mars. But this guy can also represent Mercury for me sometimes too. That is the overall energy. It's like a very emperor-like emperor from the tarot, Major Arcana card 4, which is about authority and like sort of being the master and, you know, of your own destiny. You are the authority. You are the, you know, you have the governance over yourself. Divine couple. Recent past. Masculine's higher self. Near future. It's blocks. What the feminine can do, like to help herself. But the masculine can. A card just jumped out and landed on my foot. What is it? Oh, True Gem. I feel like this stone means something. Maybe additional message, something that I have to still pick up on. Didn't like come all the way through. So I'm going to put that there. Further advice from the universe, but the couple will have to like affirm to it, commit to it themselves in order to get the full support and the outcome. Divine couple. It is blonde female, so you're both represented by the energy of the divine feminine and this very Queen of Wands, youthful, young Queen of Wands, passionate, forward-moving, energetic kind of card. Recent past. It's something similar. This card, it's another redhead and a young female on it again. This one is very representative of the planet Jupiter, ruler of the sign of Sagittarius for me. And it's energetic. It is forward movement. It is karma, right? Your positive karma at work for you, working to your fortune. That's what Jupiter does. Jupiter, the planet of expansion and globalization, everything bigger and better and more grand because we've earned it. Recent past. Also, again, recently, Venus entered Sagittarius. So it's like the divine feminine entered. Near future. Open relationship. I like this. Could be connected to true gem, right? Living, again, loving how we want. Out in the open, however that is, for us. Whatever the dynamic is for us, preferred. Masculine higher self. Gifts. Again, maybe this is like birthday present for you. You have a birthday around the corner. Why did I say that before? Because we hadn't seen this card before. I don't remember, but you can rewind. I don't have that luxury. Blocks. Let's see what the blocks are. Past love. And there's a lot of red coming through. This might be connected to that very first card, the dating queen. There was like 3 of fire, like 3 different suitors, party of 3. That can be what the block is, like somebody, it's another energy trying to come in. I don't really feel it close, but it could be cords that have to be cut. Because it's often just constantly more healing to do. And you know what? We've been under such like attack as a community, light beings, recently. And as we get closer and closer to this full moon in Leo, I just feel it more attack. And so it can be things like that, like these cords popping up to be dealt with. I had said to one of my clients that I was thinking about like reposting that Leo new moon and Lionsgate and stuff video that I did where I had started to do the love reading for the week, and I ended up going off on a tangent and instead talking about like the Lion of Judah and the Lion's Gate and like the attack that we were under at the time. I just think that it tends to come with these Leo moon phases. Heavier attack tends to come. We're having a blood moon, so that's fire and red, and and it's in Leo. It's a super moon. It's a full lunar eclipse. It's just so much, and I think that this is attached to that. This gem, rather. I'm just feeling right now from that too, the Venus, the Mercury. Both of those are rulers of Gemini. Okay, so what the feminine can do. It is mature man. So this one is very Emperor too. These 2 cards in this deck. Okay, I'll explain why I made that noise in a second. These 2 cards in this deck, both together, really like make up the Emperor for me, because the Emperor is an authority. He's in control. He's badass, right? He's like muscular and like that. But he's also like this father-like figure, a divorcee, perhaps a married man, a formerly married man, a widower. That's when a father. So you can have an authority or a father-like figure, maybe your actual father, particularly impactful upon you right now. And maybe there's something that you need to focus on involving that. But why I made that noise like, ugh, was when I picked up this card. Behind it also upright was this chick again. And then the next card is gossip, but it's upside down. So she could be attached to that, to some sort of fuckery behind the scenes. what the masculine can do, like to help himself. And this is like, yeah, keeping his confidence up and, you know, just this is sense of self. It's feeling attractive. It's that exuding and you actually being attractive to other people. Very, you know, other people finding you very attractive. It is confidence, like through the roof. He's really being empowered here by Venus. He has a connection to her. Maybe he's got the air in his chart too. I said water before. But maybe air too. Maybe this Gemini is him. What the universe would have the two of you do, but you would have to affirm to. Oh, boom. That's so cute. This is what you guys are supposed to move toward. I love that. And now I have it sitting here under the true gem. So it's like a, you know, real depiction of union. True flame, twin flame, and then the true gem, like an engagement ring type of thing. How sweet. And the outcome, oh, maybe we have like a friendship, a real genuine foundation continuing to grow, possibly into something else involving a wedding band. Very, very nice. The romance angels. I'll do a final spread, beginning with heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other and opening to free yourself, which is a very Aquarian energy. It's time to take back control of your life. So that all that control, that emperor energy that kept showing up, and I talked about you needing to be the master of your own destinies. Yeah, that's what this is about. So there may be cords, again, that need to be cut to other people, something that's come up to be dealt with, maybe from your last energy healing, or his last energy healing, because you guys had that not too long ago, or he did. You know, maybe something was brought up, and now we can deal with that too. And maybe that's why the Karma card showed up opposite the divine masculine. And I said a chapter closing. So some new karma having been brought up, because I can't clean karma that's not complete. I can ask for it to be brought up, to be dealt with. And I can clean away what, you know, is already complete, that left any kind of residue. Yep. He has completed, or is about to complete, a karmic situation. And then he'll be able to break away from that too. In the meantime, we're going to begin with heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. And opening to children. Your love life is being affected by children. This could be a desire to have some. This could be pregnancy coming up. We saw family. We saw children before. Party of 3. I was made to focus on that energy, that vitamins and minerals thing. Yeah. Children also about new beginnings in general, though. You know, like the Empress card. It can mean like pregnancy or giving birth, or like giving birth to ideas and new projects and bringing new things, you know, that you desire to life. Open to separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. Heart-to-heart conversations and getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Getting to know each other. I'm going to cut. I'm trying to feel more about that separation, because it felt random, like it kind of appeared out of nowhere, like it didn't fit with the energy that I was otherwise feeling. Anyway, coming to trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. Overall energy is this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Oh, there's two there, I think. Crowning the masculine. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So that could be connected to that energy of 3, 2. There could be somebody else, not necessarily romantic interest, but somebody in his life that that takes his focus, and instead he needs to like redirect it toward himself and make sure that he's prioritizing himself, and he's, you know, like not living by somebody else's ideologies and stuff. That could be another reason why the open relationship card came up, and wanting to live out in the open, and the free yourself card. He could be trying to do what like society dictates, or somebody else's impression of what society dictates or something. And they're going to want to move away from anything like that. Very limiting, very restrictive, to not be able to feel like you can follow your own heart. Masculine surrounded by, make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Just nice. And that separation card. Time apart from your partners on the horizon. It's here in his subconscious. Like it's something that he's thinking about or feeling, maybe expecting from you. Or it could be also attached to this, and like a need to work on himself. So to, you know, pull away a little bit to work on himself. Crowning you, past life relationship. You've known each other before. Surrounded by heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. There's that air energy coming through again. The need to talk and communicate and put stuff on the table. And in your subconscious, give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Crowning in general, there's two cards. Again, reconciliation, which every time separation and reconciliation show up, they sort of like void themselves out, you know. And it's also a reminder that separation is an illusion, right? It's not even real. But you're crowned by reconciliation. So the separation ending can also be what this is about too. Someone from your past is returning to your life. And it's sitting right here next to the card about the past. So I like that. And it's also here with let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. This can be very literal. It can be, you know, somebody else, maybe not even purposely. It could be inadvertently, but helping to bring about this reconnection. And of course, your friends can also be beings, you know, that exist on other planes. They don't have to be from here. It doesn't have to be, you know, like... human friends. At the roots, honeymoon. So more of this moon energy too. Full moon, calmer, stiller waters. Two people in a gondola. So no more party of 3, like a 2 of water sort of feel. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So Monday is a holiday in the United States. It's Martin Luther King Day. And is it Tuesday? Yeah. Right, Tuesday, I think, that most will be experiencing, most in the world will be experiencing that full moon. I got, I'm on this newsletter for, in the United Arab Emirates, this newsletter that I received, and they were going to start to see it out there on the 20th. But I think for most of us here in the United States, it's the 21st. I believe. And the heart of the matter. Express your love. Again, sitting here next to the heart-to-heart conversations. And also to make the effort. So there's a need for him to increase his interest in communication and the effectiveness of it. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Further, from the Universal Love Oracle, it is more of this Aquarius energy. You guys, like individual personal energy that's coming through so strong this time. Listening, which is part of communication, right? We want to make sure that we actually listen and hear our partner and then like respond, genuinely, as opposed to just talking at each other. But also this is your connection to the universe too, and the need to listen and follow through and surrender. Again, eyes closed, nude body, that's being vulnerable, letting go. To you, universal heart. So this is about healing, again, and the need for healing, for that to be a focus. But also it's a reminder of, how we're all necessary in the world. This is about like oneness. And each little dot, each little, represents one of us. They all come together to form the big, picture. And we're all necessary. It's a reminder, again, it's a sense of self type of card. And that goes toward healing, on its own. And they just come together. It's sort of like the name of our group, right? Divine Oneness. That's what this card is about. It's about divine oneness. To the masculine from the hashtag Creepy Deck Destiny. It's basically what will be, will be. You still need to surrender though. It will be, but yeah, still don't fight it. To you, obstacles. I feel you getting around these, over them, past them, picking them up and throwing them out of your way, though, especially now that we are entering that Aquarian energy. Also on the 20th, right? Same day, 20th, 21st, same day as the full moon. People around the world will have officially recognized the start of the Aquarian season. And from the romance angels to the masculine, keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Again, this is about optimism and, positive energy out brings positive results in. And lastly, on that note, that's how the law of attraction works. We're going to be focusing on our desired intentions, focusing on them in a positive way and sending them love and light. And that's what's going to be returned to us. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. I hope you've also enjoyed your love reading, your reading. And I will talk to you soon. Namaste.